What it do, G? It's your boy King Midas back in this thing with another. I told you we're going YouTube crazy today. Back at it with another video. So yeah, it's finna get deep with this one. It's finna get deep. First of all, I apologize about the scruffy look in the hat. My hair looking, my hair wilding right now. My hair is wilding right now. But anyway, it's finna get deep, man. So as everybody may know, 2020 was a crazy year, right? We know that. A lot of things changed for a lot of people. Unprecedented times, man. This is like a lot of things changed for a lot of people. So especially for me. Like something like and this is something that you would never believe would happen in a million years. But of course it's natural, so you know what's gonna happen. It's inevitable. But so June 15th of 2020, I lost my dad. My dad passed away. This is the first time I'm actually just really verbally speaking about it, especially to the public. But this is something I feel like may help a lot of people because I've been, ever since it happened, I've been looking for ways I can, kind of get through my grief. Everybody grieves differently. So I've been looking for ways, of course it hurts and last year I was kind of going through a spiritual awakening. So death, my outlook on death kind of changed. So it's not the way most people might perceive death. Like I don't have any problem with death. That is natural. I feel like it's something that we shouldn't look forward to, but we should be okay with. If it happens, we should be okay if it happens at any point in time because it's gonna happen naturally anyway. So I'm at peace with it. I'm okay with it. I got to see him, a few more times before it happened. I'm at peace with that. He lived to an older age, and a lot can't say that. So I'm at peace with that, and I'm okay with that. Of course, the emotions are still there because you miss him. So and that's what I'm going through. So hopefully this video will help somebody who may need it. So a couple things that kind of helped me get through my pain is definitely having people that you love close by that can comfort you when you need it. Because sometimes these emotions will kind of come out of nowhere. You'll be good. You'll be like watching TV or playing a game one day. You'll be good. And all of a sudden, like your throat starts to get tight and them tears just start to well up in your eyes and you can't fight it back. Of course, holding it in, that gets exhausting. You do not want to get in the habit of doing that. But whenever you do get the chance, you just have to let it out. And sometimes even for me, when I feel like I haven't cried in a while, I'll maybe go into a room by myself, just think about memories of him, look at old pictures, maybe old videos I kept. What I did was like the last voicemail that he left me, I saved that. Sometimes I'll listen to it just so I can miss him, so I can get those emotions to come out, because it's healthy to have them come out on a regular basis. Now I'm not saying that you should have to do this every day. Crying every day can be exhausting. I wouldn't even want to imagine that. That's not something I even want. I don't want to cry every day. This is not something I want to be sad about. I'm just sad because I miss him, but I allow myself to miss him, ever so often. So, yeah. So I just take the time to myself, have a good cry, let it out for like a few minutes, maybe like about 2 minutes or so, and then I'm good. You just have to have that outlet. Something else that keeps me grounded on situations like this is just knowing that I'm not the only person that has gone through this. Other people have experienced death in their family, death of a loved one, loss of a loved one, and honestly, I see myself as fortunate because some people never got to meet their father. Some of them never had their father in their life long enough. Some of them lost their father when they were at a young age, or when when their father was at a young age. A lot of things could have happened, and I'm just thankful that I was in circumstances to at least see my dad a couple more times before everything went down. So just kind of knowing that and keeping that in the back of my mind kind of just makes me feel better about, kind of helps me along. Now you just have to think about it from that perspective, like however the circumstances were, it could have always been worse. At least you did have that time with him, or at least you do have that memory, those good memories of him, that can comfort you when you need it. So I always look at it from that standpoint. And I'm sorry if this video is kind of all over the place. This wasn't really planned. This wasn't scripted. This is really coming from the dome and the heart. This is coming from the mind and the heart right now. So I just felt like somebody might need this. 2020, even 2021 so far has been a tough year for a lot of people, especially for me. So I feel like, somebody who might see this, this might help them. So, okay, so this is an unpopular opinion, and I might shake the room when I say this, but closure is to me, in my opinion, somewhat overrated. Like, in my situation, this was in the heart of the whole pandemic situation. Just kind of it was kicking off. It was kind of in the mix of it. So and my dad passed away outside the country. He was in Nigeria at the time, which was another perfect situation. Like, that's his homeland. So I'm glad that he was able to pass away in his homeland, and he was happy, and he was able to we buried him in his hometown, in his village. So when that all went down, the whole pandemic situation, you had to get tested, you had to be quarantined, you had to do this, you had to do this for a certain amount of days. So it was a lot for me to have the time to take off of work and actually go out there and do that and be secluded and have to go through that whole process. So I was unable to be there physically, but I was able to see the whole ceremony, and I was there spiritually, definitely. So I didn't get that closure to bury my father in the ground, um and at the end of the day, I'm still okay with that. Like I said, he lived a good life. I'm fond of the memories that I have of him, and that's really all that matters. You know, and I feel like death in general is just a topic that a lot of people are so afraid of that they don't want to talk about, so they never end up talking about it. So then when it happens, they're so unprepared for it. So I feel like this is just an opportunity to, let's say, we should start talking about that more often. We should talk about how each other may feel when you leave, or maybe some things that you might want to prepare for if either one of us happen to leave this earth. We should have those conversations normally. Like, that should be a normal thing. Like, we all die. We should have those conversations on a more regular basis than I feel like we do now. So that's all I really want to say. I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to maybe make this in hopes that it helps somebody. And yeah, that's really all it is. That's all I have to say. Deuces.